An increasingly globalized world has resulted in the steady flow of ideas, goods, and people between countries. With regards to the movement of people, World Tourism Organization findings show that in 2013, there is a robust demand for international travel, despite an uncertain economy. American Express has even predicted increases in business travel in select markets in Latin America, Asia, and Eastern Europe this year. Locally, we have seen the number of departures between October and December increase by more than 40,000 in 2012 from the previous year to over 600,000 people leaving the country within that short window. In our increased travel, however, many are so caught up in the excitement of the prospects that lie beyond our borders that they rarely, if ever, stop to consider the unique risks that accompany such ventures. Never stop to consider that idyllic getaways can be ravaged by disaster in a moment, like the Boxing Day tsunami of 2004 that claimed over 220,000 lives and wreaked havoc on South Asia coastlines. And that even global moments for celebration can be marred by unrest, as evidenced in demonstrators clashing with police in Brazil on the occasion of the Confederations Cup. Even a day trip into a neighboring country can end in a traveler left hurt or stranded. There have been 38 instances of crime against Batswana in Johannesburg alone already this year. Can you imagine the level of distress a Botswana traveler undergoes if they are swept up in such unforeseen circumstances and danger? Angst multiplied exponentially by the distance one is from home. Can you imagine the anxiety that engulfs employers and family invested in a traveler's safety, who must wait out the uncertain moments before they return? Tonight we share with you, however, that while Batswana may be traveling more, they are not always well prepared, contrary to what they may think. Welcome to First Issues. With Batswana traveling at the rate that they do these days, spiritual trips to Moria, Nigeria and Israel, shopping trips to South Africa, UK and China, adding to the number that has been traveling for education, business, healthcare and entertainment for years, there has also been a resultant influx of phone calls to consular offices around the globe from Batswana that have encountered calamities such as car crashes, robberies, hospitalization, and a myriad of other misfortunes. Our discussion with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs revealed the government's level of frustration at Batswana's poor travel preparation. We begin by asking Mr. Mualefi, the Director of Public Relations, Research and Information at the Ministry, exactly how big a problem this tendency is.
Intsi go gontsi kana ha gongwe ebile ha re tsama ha tsha gauhia re na le gore ha go batho ba koleka ba tsena mo khombi ba heta 15 e ba tsama ha ba tsena go khombi hele ya tso le bone le bo gauhia la ha to go ne go tlo go yi dipating ko ditamong tse di gauhile ha rona ko mahatsheng a sena bana le setlhopha hela se itekanetse e re ba tsena ko batho ba ba mo ga ditsa bone tse tsothetse le tsone le one ko le tota e be le gore ka motsotso hela o le mongwe hela re setse re na le Batswana ba heta masoma a mabedi ba e leng gore ba mo pitlaganong mme mongwe le mongwe kana ba tswa mo malapeng a le masoma a mabedi a harologane e be go ra gore go tsoga modumo ha kgamatsang ha ka gore motsadi mongwe le mongwe yaanong o lebagane le ngwana ga gana sepele o mongwe ga o thusa ene o batla gore o bue ka gago mme gape ke so se sentse yaanong gape le gone ya ka re bua gore gompieno re tswetse pelo go tsamaya go eta e le so se sentle ra go itapolosa kampo ra go leka dikgwebo matshelo a mangwe mahatsha a gauhi one bile go le ko pele ka gore ke kgona gore ke tse koloi be ke tsana mo tebe ke tsamaya Batswana ba le bantsi ba tsamaya thata ka one mokgontsing jang mme ba ha ba tsena kwa ga gongwe le tsa kgotlhano ya semolao koloi e tswa mo go ene ga ana madi ene na thetse petrol a itse gore ke tla tsamaya ke boa o nna mo tatlhegong gongwe ga godimo ga go bo go tere ya etsa ka gore ga wa ka o bamela ditaelo tsa rona ebe o tshwana gore o duela gape ga godimo so no se tshotse le gore ke sone se no bile mo go sone se hella gone go ga go nna lo botso ga mokgosi e bo le gore ano o a gakala ga o gakala ba go tsa ba go tlhatlhela ka gore ano ba bona gore o molalanyana jaanong go gontsi go mo lephateng la rona gape go na le gone gore batho ba ko mahatsheng a harologaneng a mantsi a ile gore ga go go akanya gore o ka utlwela go te motswana o go gone ko ba bangwe ba tle ba tsamaye ka dikoloi mahatsheng a gaufi a re sa tlwaela e re ba tsena ko ile gone e be go nna le one mathata a ntse go gontsi go a diragala thata it's a huge problem. It's huge and it cuts across ages and different areas, commerce, trade, investment, education, training, leisure, all of them.
How have you as a department or ministry responded to this dire situation?
A program like this one, that is one of the way we are responding to the challenge, to say this is part of our public diplomacy where we reach out to our nationals, because that is our role actually. Some of these problems are caused because people are not aware that it is not necessarily always rosy to travel, unprepared.
Written in black and white on the cover of every passport issued in this country is the following statement. Botswana citizens resident abroad should at the earliest opportunity register their names and addresses at the nearest Botswana High Commission, embassy or consulate, or where there is no Botswana representative, with the nearest United Kingdom representative. Changes of address or departure from the country should also be notified. Failure to register may, in an emergency, result in difficulty or delay in according assistance and protection. This may have created the impression amongst Batswana that they are entitled to government assistance in all crisis situations they may find themselves in overseas. However, our discussion with Mr. Moalefe goes against these high expectations, emphasizing that government intervention is limited to administrative help and that the responsibility lies with the traveler. There's a belief, whether misplaced or not, that the government should be taking care of its citizens when they do go abroad, and that in the case of any disaster, they should be repatriated and taken care of. Could you tell us as to how legitimate this belief is and how it can be addressed?
How o tsamaile o ya ko lehatsheng o tswa mo Botswana e nna boikarabelo wa ntlha ke jwa gago gore o itlamele o itshireletse ha ile gore gona le tse di tshwanetse gore o di dire gore o tlo skwa wa nna morwalo mo go ba ba setseng kana bothata ke gore ga o tshwanna gore o tlamelo o simolla go nna morwalo mo go ba bangwe mme ga wa tshwanna go nna jalo.
Mr. Moalefe is of the view that the utilization of travel insurance could be a solution to this disconcerting state of affairs.
Gantsi ga batho ba ko ntle ya ka ne re bua khantele ba ile gore ba hoha kampo le ga ile go tsamaya ka dikoloi go na le dithulaganyo tsa ile gore ba rulaganyi ba mesepele travel agents ba ka tlhalosa ka botlalo gore mo ticketing eo ya sehohane go tswa hane go a Johane kampo go a Maputo go tshwanetse gore go nne le tshwanelo nngwe ya gago ya gore o ka reka tshireletso ya mosepelo wa gago mo gone insurance mme gantsi re le batho re tsena mo moswane o tsamaya o sa itse gore a mme insurance eo e leng gore o ka tla wa e tlhoka ko morago a iteng ga se sepe se se turang go e bapisa le tshireletso ya botshelo ba gago. Ke tlhaloganya gore ga se ka se go hane hela le ba re tsenang re batla go tlhola ba masika rona ga mahikeng go na le thulaganyo e ntsi ya le gore ke ka reka insurance gore ke itshireletse mo tseleng go tswa hana go tsena ko mahikeng kampo ha ile gore ke a Harare kante ke a ha gauhi hela ke tsang go gauhi ka bo Manziniana mme ra itse gore mo mosepele mongwe le mongwe ga o tswa ga o tswa ka kgorwana ntlo o na le dikgwetlho tsa one ga o tsere insurance ka na gore o etsa gore wena o bo o kgweetsa o bo itsitse go sireletsa botshelo ba gago jaanong ga e le gore go ntse jalo ga o ka wela ke seru se se ntseng jalo ba gaeno ba ka bona thuso mo e leng gore o tle bo setse o ba thusitse gore ga o ka tlhagelwa ke seo seo ba be e le gore insurance e tla kgona go covera gore e go busitse ko gae kampo e go duele karolong ya madi a o tla a tlhokang ga e le gore o tla tsena mo bookelong.
We are now joined by Nokutaba Mtunzi of the Batswana Insurance Company, Monkgogi Mogorosi of FNB, Khumolemo Mampane Pule of Nationwide Travel, to discuss what travel insurance is and how it works.
Travel insurance is a policy that a traveler who's leaving the borders of Botswana can purchase. And how it works is it covers certain insurance events like medical and related expenses, travel delay, baggage delay. It can also cover personal accident, kidnap. It covers things like catering and kennels. So it's a wide product offering that we offer. And how you go about it, you apply by completing a proposal form. We have a standard proposal form that is completed with the details, and we issue the policy. Upon issuing the policy, you receive a certificate that states that you are covered. That certificate, we normally call it a schedule. It has also an embassy letter in the event that one wants to apply for a visa. And preferable, we prefer that travelers apply for this particular policy way in advance so that it enables the insurers as well as the travel agents to explain what the policy covers.
For a product as wide and comprehensive as Nokutaba has mentioned, how long does the registration process take?
It's a process that takes less than 30 minutes. Upon completion of the proposal form, the issuance of that particular policy takes less than 30 minutes.
A visit by First Issues to one of the leading travel agencies confirmed that indeed such a service is extended to clients, even though the uptake may not be that high.
Well, most of the time, travel insurance is a facility that we can offer anyone coming. And when you buy your tickets in most travel agencies, you will have a booking form. In that booking form below, you will find where it says, if you require travel insurance, you can tick that box or anything. But what happens with travel insurance is that it's an optional service. And some people, yes, know about it. When they come in, they just ask for travel insurances. Some people, they don't, but we try by all means to mention it to our clients.
Our investigations revealed that at times, consumers do not even have to pay the extra money for travel insurance, and that by using their credit card to buy their tickets, they are guaranteed the option of travel insurance.
Travel insurance basically covers all travel-related purchases that are done through our credit cards. So let's say, for example, you want to buy airline tickets, you're buying holiday packages. As long as you've charged them to our credit card, they'll be covered. Once you've done the purchase, you just need to inform us so we can give you the insurance details, the insurance company details. There are forms that you need to fill, and then you send them across to them via email, or you can pass them through us. We'll pass them on your behalf, and then they will send back a confirmation of cover. And that's very important. If you don't get that confirmation, it means you're not covered. And the confirmation of cover also comes with an insurance number that you can quote, when now the need arises for you to use the insurance. The minute you've done the purchase, just send us the information that you'll be traveling, you've bought tickets for what, and then we'll get the information and forward it to the travel agency. But there's a form that you need to fill. And there are certain exceptions that are linked to the insurance that may not be covered, so you need to be aware of those.
With all these benefits, one wonders what the general levels of uptake for this service have been.
I think a lot more awareness can be done with regards to the product and what benefits it can extend to Batswana or our card users in general. Basically, we take it for granted that when you're traveling, even as near as South Africa, that there can be disruptions to your travels. So oftentimes, even though we've through our communication, we've said we've got travel insurance, the take-up hasn't really been all that great. And I think a lot more can be done in terms of communicating the benefits of the insurance to the customers so that they can get some benefit out of it. And over and above that, it's free. So they don't have anything to lose, but everything to gain in case they have a situation of emergency that they might need the insurance for.
Travel insurance appears to be very comprehensive at this point. But what are some of the major exclusions that travelers need to understand?
One of the exclusions is obviously war. If you are visiting a war-torn country, we do not cover any expenses that are related to such. And in any case, you usually get warnings if you're traveling to a war-torn zone. Pregnancy and childbirth after 26 weeks. We do not sell our policy to an expectant mother who is above 26 weeks pregnant or who will return back to Botswana after 26 weeks. We do not sell, so it's just one of the exclusions. And you find we have various packages. We have a package for seniors and we have a package for 3 months to 69 years. So you find for seniors, certain diseases like heart disease, high blood pressure are not covered, as well as pre-existing conditions are not covered. We do, however, have an extension under one of our packages for existing illnesses, but it's limited to 250,000.
The impression created by our interviewees is that Batswana are not enthusiastic about travel insurance, although they have a lot to lose without it. Why could this be?
Most Batswana retire insurance when we want visas to Europe, and when you get to the embassy, they would say we want you to include travel insurance in. I think it's because most people are insured and they wonder, okay, even if I have an accident outside there while I'm on my trip, my other insurance still covers me. Why do I still have to get travel insurance? But yet, they need to have travel insurance.
I'll say for one, education is very important. There is more that can be done in terms of educating our consumers as to what benefits this cover has.
I think we may be well traveled, but it's a new phenomenon. In the past, a lot of us would not even have, those in Gaborone would not even know where Francistown is. It was sufficient for me to travel from Gaborone to Molepolo, my home village. And if I went to Kanye, I would tell my people, go high, but the young people now are well traveled. They can be in Timbuktu today and in Mongolia the next day, and because of that, but then they still enjoy the security and safety that they receive at home. And in their minds, they think, if I'm in London, I'm as safe as I'm in Gaborone. And that cannot be true, because you are not a Londoner, you are a Motswana. And therefore, you must take precautions, because that is not, the main essence is that as you travel outside, you lose some of these enjoyments that you have because you are a foreigner now, and as a foreigner you take care of yourself. So as you leave Botswana, so how na tlotswana hora go o itse gore sekgwa se se ko pele seo ga o se tlhaloganya ka sekgwa se kwa ga lona, and ka jalo tshwanetse go tse tsone di thuso tse tsa itshireletso. And the other reason is that sometimes we may take life too much for granted, that I can do it without this or that. And that is in itself, nya ha o ka kwa ire alo mokwano tshwanetse gore o dire se se tshwanetseng. Bo thanya le letsebeng, ga ile gore o tla thanya. go tla thanya rona ba re setseng kwano gore he yano le tsebeng wena o tle bo didimetse ko teng ha ile gore e ka nna yalo mme ga se gore re tshosa batho gore ba se ka ba tsamaya tota re batla go ba tshosa gore ba tlhaloganye gore ba mo kotsi e kana kang ga ba tsamaya ba sa ipaakanya.
So can we now just buy this product and relax? Or are there specific things that consumers need to pay attention to when acquiring this service?
Before I even talk about the fine print, we get a number of people who come here to buy a few hours before they are due to travel. And when you try and explain to them what the policy covers, they are already in a hurry to catch their flight. So those are the challenges that we do face. And the other challenge is, with an insurance policy, it's the responsibility of the insured to also go through the policy wording. So we find in most cases, most insureds don't go through the policy wording, and in the event of a loss, they'll come back and say, oh, we didn't know this was covered, or we didn't know this was excluded.
Okay, to start with, it's free, right? It's that they're not buying it when they've done purchases through F&B credit cards. So they just need to familiarize themselves with what does it cover and what does it not cover, and how they can benefit from it. Because a lot of things can happen when you're out there. In a foreign country, you can get, I don't know, terrorist attacks, or there might be floods, anything that you might need emergency evacuation. The cover covers such things. So we take it lightly that when we're traveling, everything will go according to plan, but sometimes it's not the case. So if you can try to learn more about the policy, we are available to provide all the information required as to what the policy covers and what it doesn't, to make sure that our consumers are aware of the benefits they can derive from it.